Hi, this is Lisa. I am a triple negative breast cancer survivor, and I wanted to talk today a little bit about life after treatment. I finished radiation October 14th of 2015. I finished chemo June 24th, 2015, and I had a lumpectomy in March of 2015. So if you don't know much about triple negative breast cancer, it is negative for the estrogen, progesterone, and the HER2, which those are treated a little bit differently, and the triple negative breast cancer to treat has a little bit less options. So, and it's very aggressive, and the recurrence rate is really high. Sorry, I'm outside, so trying to do this with the wind blowing and try to look normal still. So anyway, let's see, my hair finally started growing back September of last year, and my last treatment was June, so July, August, September, it started growing back a few months after, which is very important to people, like when they're waiting for their hair to grow back, to know specific dates. So I did have hair start growing back in September, and then this is a year later worth, and it's a very curly and just a little bit thin right here on the top, but I just wear these headbands sometimes, but I just got a great haircut and color by a friend, so it looks really good without it. So yeah, life after treatment, what they don't tell you is like going through menopause at such an early age. I was 38 when I was diagnosed, and I didn't have a menstrual cycle for like 14 months, and then I just started bleeding, and it was abnormal bleeding because my labs were still in menopause. So got a DNC done in the end of July and discovered there was a polyp, and basically I've been bleeding since then, even after a 10-day regimen of Provera, which is supposed to help the bleeding stop. And these trains just keep coming by. I'll get back to this in just a sec. Okay, so let's see, this train has passed by enough where I can, hopefully you can hear me. So I was talking about progesterone. I finished that, and I'm still bleeding really heavy, so I'm gonna go for a hysterectomy. I follow up back with the doctor in a few days, so hopefully I'll get that and just move on. I'm just really just done with all the side effects of chemo. So I'll just go through a few of the long-lasting side effects that I had from the Taxol and Cytoxan. So definitely the neuropathy in the hands and feet, still have that, and it's been a year and a half. Let's see, all the reproductive problems that I have, I don't even know if my ovaries are functioning at this point. So there's that, and along with that goes all the emotional ups and downs, the crying. You know, you just you can't help it. It just happens, just like, you know, any woman going through regular menopause. So there's that, and then, you know, the worry of, is it going to return? You know, I know the next 3 years or 3 or 4 years is like high risk for recurrence. So like all the spine problems that I have, you know, I wonder a lot, you know, is it cancer, or is it just the radiculopathy, or just the bulging disc that I already had? So it's those things. And then, oh, let's move on to taste. So before I got diagnosed with breast cancer, I had thrush for 3 straight months. Then once I started chemo, I had thrush for 7 months on top of it. So a year of thrush changed my taste buds, and some days I can eat food and it's okay. Some days I'll try the same food the next day. It burns my tongue, it hurts, it burns my entire mouth. My tongue actually gets these little clear bumps on it, and it is inflamed taste buds. So then I go through the whole thing of, you know, can't taste anything, burning mouth syndrome. It's just nonstop. And then the whole waiting for your hair to grow back is just, it was emotional turmoil for me. You know, I had like a male pattern baldness going on in the front, and I had a big bald spot in the crown on the right side, and just so much to go through. But you know, like, my hair is growing back pretty wild, and I love it. It's very, very curly, and it will grow back, and you may love it even more than what you did before. And then trying to get treatment, you know, for my mouth. It could be a vitamin deficiency at this point, or I don't know. There's just so many. I just feel sorry for my family practice doctor, like going through chemo and everything I went through, and then he has to pick up all the pieces. But just know that there are programs out there, there are support groups out there that you can go to, and I'm happy to say that I do help women that are going through the same treatment that I went through, you know, just for questions, just simple things as, like, the first time I experienced neuropathy, my hands and feet itched like crazy, and just for a friend that already had chemo to tell me, oh yeah, that's normal, you know, it was just a weight lifted because, like, every single treatment I had, I was neutropenic, which means that you have no immune system, because I was allergic to the booster shots for the white blood cells to, you know, get them going, get them started back up again after chemo knocks them out. So I didn't have an immune system, you know, every single time, and I was worried I had an infection on my hands or my feet or a fungus or something. So you know, just to be able to talk to somebody else who's been through it. And don't get me wrong, the nurses, the chemo nurses and the oncologists are fantastic, but honestly, unless they've been through it, they just can't relate. So all I can say is, if you're going through chemo, you know, try to talk to different friends and different family members about what you're going through. It's too much for you to handle. It's too much for them to handle everything too. So just keep your head up, keep your chin up, and you know, feel free to message me. You know, if you want to leave a comment at the bottom, I'll be happy to get back to you. Otherwise, ladies, stay strong, and just know that your hair will grow back just a little bit crazy, and it's kind of fun. So take care.